Not everything that looks suspicious is a scam, and not everything that's legal feels entirely fair. Today, we step into one of the most controversial, politically charged legal battles in modern India. They say this is money laundering, this is a scheme, this is a fake company created to hijack public trust assets. The Congress gave public money to AJL, and Sonia and Rahul Gandhi, through Young Indian, gained control of the company for a fraction of its value. We didn't take a paisa from it. Young Indian is a non-profit company. No one got rich. We saved a piece of India's freedom movement, because if the court accepts the Gandhi's argument that Young Indian was created only to revive the newspaper, that no dividends were paid, that no personal income was taken, and that the entire entity remains under not-for-profit restrictions, then the transaction becomes legal, even if uncomfortable, because intent, structure and compliance matter in court, not public perception. If the Gandhis are found guilty, they face jail time, disqualification and a political storm. But if acquitted, they will call it proof of political vendetta. Either way, the National Herald case is not just about money or property, it is about trust. Not everything that looks suspicious is a scam, and not everything that's legal feels entirely fair. Today, we step into one of the most controversial, politically charged legal battles in modern India, the National Herald case. Not a case of violence, not a scam involving bank fraud, but something more subtle, more layered, and more dangerous in how we perceive legacy, law, and leadership. So, what actually happened? In 2010, a not-for-profit company called Young Indian was set up. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi each held 38% of shares. Soon after, Young Indian acquired AJL, Associated Journals Limited, the historic company that published the National Herald, a newspaper that was founded by Jawaharlal Nehru himself. Now, this company AJL had stopped publishing long ago. It was drowning in debt. Congress had extended interest-free loans of 90 crores over time to help it survive. But instead of asking AJL to repay the loan, Congress transferred the debt to Young Indian. Young Indian then acquired AJL's shares for just 50 lakh. In doing so, it got control of AJL's assets, including prime real estate across Indian cities, valued anywhere between 2,500 to 5,000 crores. And that's where the fight begins. The ED says this is no coincidence. They say this is money laundering, this is a scheme, this is a fake company created to hijack public trust assets. That Congress gave public money to AJL, and Sonia and Rahul Gandhi, through Young Indian, gained control of the company for a fraction of its value. But here is what the Gandhis say. We didn't take a paisa from it. Young Indian is a non-profit company. No one got rich. We saved a piece of India's freedom movement. So who's right? Let's break it down. Like a legal expert would. First, let's be clear. AJL is not a government company. It wasn't funded by taxpayers. But yes, it was built with public trust, donor funds, party goodwill, subsidized land, a media institution created for the public good, not for private profit. That's why even if there is no outright scam, the perception of transferring public interest assets into a privately controlled company without full transparency or fair valuation raises eyebrows. But legally, that depends on two questions. Was there personal gain? Was it truly for public interest revival or private control? And this is where things get murky. Because if the court accepts the Gandhi's argument that Young Indian was created only to revive the newspaper, that no dividends were paid, that no personal income was taken, and that the entire entity remains under not-for-profit restrictions, then the transaction becomes legal, even if uncomfortable, because intent, structure, and compliance matter in court, not public perception. But if the ED can prove fake rent transactions, control without transparency, or indirect benefit under the guise of charity, then it becomes misuse of public trust assets, a technical crime with political and moral consequences. This is not just about Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. This is about how we handle legacy assets, about whether public sentiment and legality always align. This is a story where 70% of the facts support the rescue narrative, but 30% of the questions still demand honest scrutiny. And that's what makes this case so explosive. It's not black or white, it's legal nuance dressed in political fire. If the Gandhis are found guilty, they face jail time, disqualification, and a political storm. But if acquitted, they will call it proof of political vendetta. Either way, the National Herald case is not just about money or property, it is about trust. Was a legacy saved or was it seized? We wait not for TV anchors to decide, but for the court to speak. This is not a claim by a party. This is not election hype. This is data from the Union Government of India. Tamil Nadu didn't just wake up one morning and attract industry. It's been building for decades, from auto to textiles to electronics and defense corridors. Tamil Nadu, it's not a startup state. Tamil Nadu is a scale-up state. Tamil is the mother of South Indian languages, period. Not by arrogance, not by ancestry, not by opinion, but by origin. And we should all be proud, because in that mother's story lies the shared soul of the South. Tamil wasn't born out of thin air in 300 BCE. To reach the sophistication of Tolkappiyam and Sangam, it needed century of evolution. Tamil Nadu built its export crown over decades, stitch by stitch, order by order, season by season. One diplomatic misstep shouldn't burn it down. The 50% tariff doesn't touch pharma. It doesn't touch most big electronics. It hits labor-intensive sectors, the ones that keeps lakhs of Tamil families afloat. A 50% tariff on that, US buyers can't touch it without losing money. Orders are already being paused. Some factories running at half shift. Karur, 6,900 crore in home textiles to the United States. These are seasonal products. You miss the cycle, you miss the year. Textile industry groups say orders could collapse by 40 to 50%. That's nearly 2 lakh textile jobs in Tamil Nadu at risk. And that's just textiles. 2 lakh jobs. And seafood, leather, auto parts, and you are staring at a state-wide employment shock. Gujarat's hit is mostly diamond, capital heavy, low employment. Tamil Nadu's hit is apparel, home textiles, shrimp, job dense sector. Lose an order here and it's not just a balance sheet problem, it's a family income gone overnight.